This is Joseph Shea from Esports Inquirer here with Paul Chua after his round 9 victory of Swiss qualifying for day 2. How you feeling after your qualification?
I'm really happy. I get to play in day 2 tomorrow. That gets me a little closer to my Worlds invite. I think a decent showing tomorrow should get the last amount of points I need. So that's all I'm aiming for tomorrow.
How close do you sit now? How many points do you have towards that World Championship invite?
So right now I have 445 points. So it's like a little under 60 is the amount I need. So yeah, like top 32-ish I think is what I need for that. So yeah.
Tell us about being in round 9, needing one more win for a qualification, having to go up against Joseph Ugarte. That doesn't sound like an easy deal. So how do you deal with that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, like always being X2 going into the last round is always a really stressful thing. So obviously playing someone like Joe, it didn't really help that much. But I mean, like I said in the interview, playing that matchup earlier in the day, and also like in Reg E, where I just had like similar components to it, that kind of helped me a little bit in the matchup. So it was not as stressful, but
And the newest component of your team is that Raging Bolt. So tell us about how Raging Bolt gets piloted in this new regulation by pro players.
So I mean, there's a lot of Raging Bolt sets. Like the one I'm using is like a Calm Mind Booster Energy one, just because I feel like that goes well with my whole like Incineroar Mungus. I could use those two to support Raging Bolt pretty well. Other variants, they're just like like the aggressive ones where instead of Calm Mind where I have, they run Thunderbolt. I've seen some people go Assault Vest, and like another item people would use would like be like safety goggles. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to run that Pokemon.
So tell us about the strengths of your team and the problems that you've run into that set you at that 6-2 record before your final game.
Yeah, I feel like one of the strengths of the team is since I use like Incineroar and Amoonguss, like Calm Mind, Raging Bolt, the team can take a lot of hits, but one of the disadvantages, so I lost to 2 Tailwind teams, and obviously those 2 like Tailwind teams, they usually hit like faster, so that usually makes it so that it's harder for me to set up. And I think that's one of the bigger weaknesses of the teams is that I just can't deal damage fast enough compared to them. And like in that scenario, it's either like I have to take hits really well so that I can stay healthy, but obviously that's not possible all the time. So yeah.
As you get down the line toward the World Championship, what are you looking at as you move forward to make edits to your team and kind of meld with the meta?
Always, I just like look at like what's done well with like the past tournaments to see like if there's any changes that I can make that could help the team. So like Pokemon changes are like the first thing that comes to mind. Obviously, that takes a little bit of time to try and figure that out. So it's not an easy process to do that.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you.